990WBOB.com. COVIDCast number 2. Joe Ferro, Mike Sandoval from Well Played. We're here because we're all locked up, so we might as well bring you some content. Obviously, we still got the content. We just came back this past week. Or broadcasted Monday and Tuesday with our full lineup, everybody calling in and everything like that. So nice and safe. We're going to continue to do that. Of course, our reads page is still going strong. And then this is a little bit what we're bringing you from the TV department. You can expect a lot more. We had some good meetings this week about doing a little bit more of this, and it's going to be fun. So for this episode of the COVIDcast, episode 2, you got me and Mike. We're going to talk a little bit of gaming and what we're doing to kind of keep sane and during this lockdown and whatever, quarantine or whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to have Allan Giberti call in because he's on the front lines asking the tough questions to the doctor and the governor. We're going to have him calling in a little bit. He'll be joining us. But Mike, what are you playing right now? What are you gaming on to keep you sane, to still hang out with your friends and everything?
So in terms of games that I've been playing, I've been going back and forth. For anyone that doesn't know, right now I'm mainly gaming on PC. So you can pretty much almost play anything. You can almost pretty much play anything. So right now, some of the hottest games that have been out, I play a lot of. I've been playing a lot of Valorant. It's a new game that's just been announced recently. See, you're an Xbox player, so you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm a console boy.
This game is coming out strictly for PC, which is why you don't know much about it. Because I knew if it was with consoles and stuff, you would at least heard about it at some point. So Valorant is I don't know if you know the company. Do you know the company Riot Games?
Yes, I've heard of Riot. Yes.
Yeah, Riot. The biggest game that everyone knows about them that they've made is League of Legends. So obviously it's a PC game.
Yeah.
So these guys decided that they wanted to do an FPS style game that was going to be similar.
It's not COVID. It's a cigarette. It's good.
And yeah, they decided they want to do an FPS game, and Valorant it's literally a mix of Counter-Strike, which everyone knows on PC.
I used to play the shit out of Counter-Strike back in the day, bro.
Exactly. So
yeah.
So it's a mix of Counter-Strike and Overwatch, like pretty much meshed together into a baby. I'll even say that there's maybe a little bit of Apex Legends in it in terms of how the characters are, because there's agents. And the way it works, the game plays exactly like you would imagine what CSGO plays, where you try to go for headshots. Every gun has the gun spread. When you just start spraying, goes up left and right and stuff. But in this one as well, what they've also incorporated is that all the characters that you use, they have abilities, just like you would in Overwatch. So you'll have somebody that has a bow and arrow. You can shoot a dart, and it actually scans the area, and you can find enemies that way. Yeah, shock darts, where you shoot it, you can shock somebody, obviously do damage. And then he has an ultimate where he actually powers up his bow, and you can shoot the bow through the wall. So it's pretty much you can shoot through walls and catch people if they don't know where they are. And that's cool. Like part of the strategy. Other characters have poison that they can use. There's a bunch of different things you can do in the game. But as soon as this game was announced, everybody and their mother that played PC was losing their mind over this, because they're like, holy crap, Riot Games is coming out with this game, so it has to be good. It's going to be a AAA title. And if they're mixing these two elements, which people love, there's a lot of people that play Overwatch. Other people play Counter-Strike, or maybe play both. And the way the game runs is awesome. There's so much intensity because it's all strictly team play, so you need to have everyone paying attention, everyone using comms. And obviously it requires a lot of gun skill as well, because you want to make sure you want to click people's heads, as they say, but you want to practice your aim if you're not that good at that. So this is the type of game that requires more so a lot of communication. More so, and then obviously gun skill as well, but that's any game too. So that's one game I've been playing, and then really I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends. It's a very popular game. I'm assuming everyone's played it. It's a free-to-play battle royale game.
I've never played it.
Yeah, because I know you play a lot of other games. So
yeah.
I guess anything that's FPS you don't play unless it's maybe like the Division. And even then, it's third person.
That's third person. Yeah, I'm a third person guy. I've never been a first person shooter guy. Right now, currently, I'm playing the shit out of NASCAR Heat 4.
Okay, nice.
We have about 18 people in our league, all local friends. It's all people I know. We're all on the comms. We're all on the Zoom at the same time. It's fun as hell, I got to say. It's only $30 right now. Even if you don't and honestly, me and one other buddy, my buddy Chris, are probably the only, and maybe it's the kid Joe, are the only NASCAR fans. Everybody else, never these cats. They're they're gamblers. So I let them know back when we were still, had normal society somewhat,
Yeah.
that you could gamble on racing, and they totally took to it like, fish to water, and they finally started watching it and enjoying it because they realized they could gamble on it and they had a stake
Right.
in it, which is really all you ever need in NASCAR. You pick a driver that you like and just enjoy, root for them. Maybe 2 drivers, maybe 3, whatever's your thing.
Okay.
I've been a NASCAR fan my entire life. I've gone to Daytona. Like, I used to go to Daytona all the time when I was a kid. So to me, it's norm. But it's great just wrecking the shit out of each other, just beating each other up. It's a fun time, and we're not doing a crazy amount of laps, so you're not sitting forever. And David Rivard, who he's written for the station before. You can go back, find some of his home of hockey stuff like that back some time ago. Good friend of mine. He put together an Excel spreadsheet where we keep track of every race and points and monthly and yearly leaderboards and everything. So we have that competitive thing going on. We may break up teams and start doing that stuff, and maybe we'll even gamble on it. So it's a little bit less than what NASCAR is doing with the iRacing. Pre-show, Mike, me and you talked a little bit about a lot of the sports coming together, and you talked about MLB, right?
Yes, exactly. So obviously, I don't know if you guys have noticed, at least from the last time we did this, the first episode to now, I have like a theme of like Red Sox. One, it's just because I'm a Red Sox fan. 2, I mean, hey, this is a perfect segue to the baseball. And 3, it's because for one, Joe Ferro likes the Yankees, and I know Pal just hates the Red Sox. So anytime I mention them, he gets mad. So the fact that I do this, like, this is a perfect shirt actually for you. The Yankees lose. It's a perfect David Ortiz shirt. I also have the Joe Kelly Fight Club shirt, which I can wear some other time. But anyways, the thing that we were talking about is that yes, gaming has been incorporated a lot into the sports now. Well, then again, it always has been, but I think ever since like this whole epidemic has started, everyone obviously has to stay home. So everyone's like, what am I going to do? I can only watch Netflix for so long. I get bored just watching TV. So there have been a lot of people that have been incorporating video games. People like me, or even like you as well, Joe, is we love video games, so we're always on them. So now it's just a matter of fact that we get to play it more. And for other people, they're like, oh, I used to be like kind of a hobby. I played occasionally, but now people are getting back into it. There's been a lot of games that have been coming out, or games that have been popular, and the servers are just blowing up.
Servers, I was about to say the same thing. Servers are just blowing up, which has been causing a lot of lag and stuff like that, but it seems like they're adapting. So.
And then a perfect example right here is that there have been places like you said, the NASCAR does iRacing, which is all virtual. And then even right over here, this is the source is from ESPN.com. The baseball game MLB The Show, which not everyone knows about because it's strictly a PlayStation game, but either way, it's like the only prominent baseball game that's out that I personally think is really good. I have a PlayStation, so I'll play it.
It's the biggest baseball game.
Yeah, everybody that's a pro baseball player, for the most part in the MLB, plays this game. So they have this the MLB The Show Players League, which is pretty much an online e-league for MLB The Show. And what they're doing is that they're going to start broadcasting the playoff tournament of MLB The Show on ESPN. And it's not going to be just ESPN. It's ESPN2, FS1, and the MLB Network, which is starting Thursday night, which is awesome. So if you're someone that loves watching video games, like I'm a huge, I love watching Twitch and stuff like that, YouTube, and watching people play games. This is a great way to watch it live. And it's cool because it also incorporates sports. So if you're someone that may not be huge into video games, but you love sports, hey, this will be something cool to check out. It's something different, It's something to keep your mind going from the fact that you can't watch any baseball at all right now, or really any sports. So something like this has been awesome. And it's cool because like they even show you the best of 3 series, and it's crazy.
It's so realistic too. Like the iRacing stuff. The iRacing stuff I've been watching, and they've had it also Fox Sports 1, I think NBC Sports, and then streaming via YouTube. It looks so goddamn real. It's ridiculous. And we've come so far. So I think Allan is trying to join. He invited me to his own meeting. So if you want to shoot him an invite, we can get him in here.
Yeah, I'll definitely incorporate him right now. Let's see.
Yeah, we can continue to talk while that's going on. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a big time for gaming, and these online meetings, apps like Zoom and Duo and stuff like that. It's a good way to just, I never
There he is.
had an iPhone. I never had an iPhone, so I never used FaceTime or any of that stuff.
Right.
But Luana's gonna make her.
Oh, and there he is. And as I expected, he's going to have a different background. That's a very nice background, Allan.
Thank you.
That is a nice one.
Thank you.
Nice mask as well.
Thank you.
You don't have to wear a mask. We're virtual.
It's mandatory.
All right.
Thanks.
So, Allan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Actually, we worked outside all day, so I'm good. It was a nice day to be outside. So.
Yeah, it was definitely like in the mid 50s. I went out. Honestly, I didn't really leave my house. All I did was just take the trash out, and I'm like, oh, it's nice out.
I haven't.
I'm gonna be out here for a few minutes.
I have a couple open windows. That's as far as I've gotten outside today. Whatever.
Little baby steps. Baby steps.
Baby steps. So we were talking a little bit about before you joined. We were talking to gaming and how it's brought together a lot of people. Are you a gamer, Allan, at all?
I used to be. Now, like my last quarantine, I fired up the Wii. I played some games. So.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo always has great games out, regardless of the system. So I could definitely see why you'd have fun with that.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with the Wii. We used to have some mean Wii bowling tournaments at the old WBOB studios. Yep. Hardcore.
Hey, and it's in your quarantine, it is still pretty entertaining. So.
That's very true.
So you're the man on the ground right now for WBOB. I've been getting texts. I know Pal's been getting texts. I'm sure other people have, saying, "Yo, your boy just asked a question to the governor," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "That's our boy Allan.
Yep.
That's our boy Allan." So you've been our number one source for information for WBOB during this whole pandemic, during this whole crisis, et cetera, et cetera. You can follow him right there on Twitter, and so give us the hot takes, give us the numbers, give us the info, brother.
So numbers, I can pull up numbers. Can I pull up my own numbers here? Does that work?
Yes, I put it on there that you can share your own screen as well.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if I can. Oh, anyways, I can just look at the numbers. Hang on one second.
Old man with technology.
If you want, you can also send it to me as well, and I can share.
I actually left my mouse in the other room. So right now, that's why I'm like, eh. So let's see, we had 412 new positive cases today. So we're over 6,256 total. 8 more people died as of yesterday. So we're at 189 fatalities. 267 people in the hospital, 72 of them are in ICU, and 45 are on ventilators. We're still going up. So the country seems to be going down. We're going up.
Well, we had our little dip there, but do you think we're going up because of the upgraded testing and everything we have here, or do you think it's just we're going up because we're going up?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, and I mean, and it's kind of hard now because it's like, if you're not supposed to go to work if you're sick, but like it's allergy season. Like I had my test, I'm negative. Do you know what I mean? I work outside and I spend a good day like sneezing as I'm like picking up leaves and trimming hedges. So
that's me right now. I'm sniffling, my eyes are watering, and I got to.
I was sneezing this morning too with all the allergies.
Yeah, no, the allergies are bad. It's like, and when you do have to go out, you get your mask on and everything, and you just suck it in, that cough or that sneeze until I get out of the store.
Just don't look at me because obviously you're like a pariah. So then I think the only other thing going on is I sent you an audio clip, but basically what's going on is they are Gina's running without any checks and balances. Like everyone has, the house is all closed. And now the GOP, the Rhode Island GOP House, they want the Oversight Committee to come back because she needs to be, just in transparency, just to see what's going on. Where is this money going? You know what I mean? What was her rationale and science behind essential businesses and what's an essential worker and all of this stuff? So,
I talked to someone, who is frontline worker, deeply involved, and she had said that, she was worried about where that money's going to, and how Gina's allocating it, and she was very worried about that.
Right.
That it wasn't going to the right places. You know what I mean? So I think that definitely echoes what you're hearing down there on the front lines too. So.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, so the Rhode Island GOP, they sent a letter to basically her, lining out, I think it's like 24, 25 things, that should be, people should be, doing oversight on. And I asked the question today, and she was like, yeah, I kind of heard about it. Yeah, And
is that the audio clip? Because I can definitely share that.
Breaking news. Oh yeah, I think what was that? I think the House just passed the 484 billion coronavirus small business relief bill. Just passed.
Okay.
So they're dumping
more money in. All right, that's a good thing, because there's a lot of small businesses that are going to suffer. And we spoke to Morgan from Buttonwoods Brewery during our COVIDCast 1. And how businesses are impacted, and I see it more and more on a daily basis with friends who own small businesses and stuff like that. So that's good. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. We got to keep those small businesses going. And after all this shit is done, and we do get back out of our house, go shop small businesses, man.
Yes, and no made in China. Says made in China. Just put it down.
Don't go to the big box stores. You know what I mean? Go to the small hardware stores that have been around for 100 years. Don't go to the big boxes.
Right. Because Walmart gets, how much stuff does Walmart get from China? Hey, but they're
stop using Wish.
Wish. Pay $2 for something to come in.
All that shit's from China.
Yeah. What else? So in Rhode Island we got to wear these. These are mandatory now.
I got mine.
Unless they're not.
It's not as pretty as yours, but.
I made these.
Oh, look at you.
I for like the past 3 days, I've been like making masks. I'm giving them to the veterans home. So.
Okay, good.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Yeah. So we have to wear masks. When we go back to work, eventually there's going to be new restrictions for older people 60, and so like there's going to be, the employers have to make comments for more social distancing, maybe giving them more vacation time or having them work from home. And it's like, if you think about it, it's like, what employer is going to want to do that? Suddenly change around because what do you think is going to happen? Like, they're not going to hire older people.
Yeah, I know. I think that's being an older gentleman. It doesn't that fall in the realm of ageism and like the you know what I mean? Like, so because I read that today, and I saw good friend of the station, Kim Kalunian. She had posted a detailed graph chart. I wish I could pull. I didn't prepare. I should have sent it to Mike. That's me.
Imagine that.
I know. Yeah, I don't prepare. Fly by the seat of my pants, bro. But she put up a breakdown, and it was by age and race and everything. Unless you're 60 or above, that's where it starts. The numbers start going a little bit high.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you've got the other I guess the comorbidity factors or the other things that actually you can that will make you possibly get even sicker and die. If you're a diabetic, if you have high blood pressure, if you're obese. I don't know about you, but if you've ever been to like a call center, like CVS, like that's a majority. So I mean, if you've got like the old people, and now with those, I mean, how many people are you going to have working in your call center? I mean, how are you going to
have none?
I'm leaving the cubicle. Nobody come down the aisle.
Yeah, I mean, it's so I've had to call. Well, not me personally. My girlfriend has had to call into places to like try to figure stuff out with all this. And if you call into a call center right now, you're on hold for hours.
Yes.
Hours. I got lucky. Some of my bills made it easy to take care of things via their web pages or their apps and stuff like that. But I mean, I think that's probably the only positive we're going to get out of this. Beyond, everything's going to be easier and more self-serve. That will kind of kill a lot of jobs, so it's not really a positive. But it will be easier for the lazy some bitches like me that just want to go on my app and not talk to anybody. And like, all right, yeah.
Oh no, I'm like that too. Like when I go to the grocery store, like I know, like if I have a list, I know what I need, and it's arranged in like what aisle and what, so I can get the hell in and get out, because I don't like people to begin with, and so now, you know,
well,
stay
a lot
away
of
from
us,
me.
yeah, a lot of us that hated people to begin with. This really hasn't changed. Nothing's really changed.
If anything, you've gotten happier because of it.
Yes.
But besides, we all can't hang out together, and you know what I mean. The people
and
that
now,
you do
and now
like,
it's acceptable to turn around to the press. Why are you so close? And like you can do that now. So and everyone's like, get back. So before you were just crazy.
I will mask shame somebody. I think mask shaming is going to be a thing.
Well, if you're wearing it or if you're not wearing it.
You're not wearing one.
Oh, okay.
Because I will call people out. I went to the store the other day. Some dude's like this. I'm like, that doesn't count, asshole. Like,
so we're all gonna vote. Somebody gonna invest in turtlenecks, because then you can just roll them up and then roll them back.
That's true. That's true. Maybe, you know what? There you go. 990 economics right there. That's a pick. Invest in turtlenecks.
Invest in turtlenecks.
I got a buddy that he's invested right now. He bought stock in the cruise lines because it's so low right now. Why the hell not? I mean, it's obviously a gamble. I mean, doing the stocks is just gambling anyway.
Well, you know, but I mean, everyone's going to be doing the serology tests. I think the governor is supposed to be announcing something about that tomorrow.
Do you have to?
No, you don't have to, but you know, you can get it to find out. But yeah, and I asked the question a week ago, so yeah, I'm always ahead of it. So yeah, that was a me plug. But I mean, if you have a serology test and you know you have the antibodies,
strong flex right there, Al.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask a question, and then like 3 days later, something comes, and then it's suddenly a big story. And I'm like, you people suck. Hard-hitting questions by Rhode Island journalists.
I think I think we all have it.
Yeah.
Not to sound like conspiracy theory or any of that shit, but it's like Walking Dead. Like, we all already are infected. It's just how it affects us.
Right, but here's my question: like, is it like that with the flu? Like, do people don't catch the flu and not know that they don't have the flu, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Yeah, well, we'll do that another time. But I mean, obviously none of us are doctors. We just play one on TV.
Right.
Like, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You look like you just came out of surgery. You got the fucking blue. Wait, I can swear on this. You got the fucking blue goddamn shirt on with the mask and everything.
I know. I should have worn some scrubs. But no, if you get the serology and you've got the antibodies, yeah, well, why not? I would buy a cruise ticket. I mean, if it's $29 a night, sure.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, flights and cruises are, well, I don't think anybody's selling cruises right now, but I think that would be a good investment. You know what I mean? You drop $1,000 on some shares for Carnival or something like that. You're just gonna pick the one that's gonna come out of this the best.
You know, I'm gonna say that they are, because I saw an ad for one of the Star Trek cruises coming up, like for like next year. So I think they are booking.
Mike and I thought we were nerds.
Well, going for the Star Trek one. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like that thing would definitely. I'm assuming they think that by next year around summertime, everything will kind of like blown away. They'll be like, all right, I think we'll be fine, type of thing. So they're just getting everything ready now, because they know, especially with everyone being stuck inside, they're like, I'm dying to do something. So the fact that they see that, it's probably cheap. Yeah, we have to buy tickets. We're going to go.
Yeah.
Because they know people are going crazy over this stuff, that they need to leave the house.
Doreen went on a cruise. What? Right as everything was going bad. But right when President Trump closed the borders, because people get off in Bahamas. So I mean, I would go. Why not? Doreen.
She was stuck in Aruba for a little bit or something like.
Yeah, the Bahamas.
It was Bahamas. Yeah, like that's I'd be happy to quarantine in the Bahamas.
Yes. Yeah.
It's better than Cranston, and I love Cranston.
Oh, and Alan, so that I had that clip that you wanted on here. Did you want to talk about anything on that?
So basically, so this is so Gina's pretty much the queen, and she's making decisions. And this is the question I asked today regarding the GOP.
Next question is for the governor from Allan Giberti of WBOB. The Rhode Island House GOP has called for critical reconvening of the Rhode Island House Oversight Committee to explore policies implemented during the state of emergency for good governance and transparency. What is your response?
Yeah, I think that's happening. I saw an announcement the other day, so I expect that will happen, and obviously, we look forward to that.
Yeah, so I mean, you kind of had to see if you can see it with the. I guess the video, she's always like, yeah, I'm looking forward to that,
Yeah, she's not looking forward to that.
Yeah. So the next question, Alan, and they always say Giberti, everybody does, B.O.B., and you see him kind of go, oh, God, what's it going to be today? So
that's good. You're asking the hard questions. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what we need right now, in our media, in our journalism is we need the hard questions answered. Nobody's asking those questions. They're asking softball questions.
I don't get it. It's just like everybody, like on social media, everybody wants to know, like, everybody who dies is, classified as COVID-19. Well, nobody's asked the damn question yet. So, yeah. And that's what I did the other day. And then everyone was like, what? So.
I've definitely, I'm coming out of this with many less virtual friends than I previously had, because of a lot of the stuff that's been cycled through the media and being shared and stuff like that. Like social media is probably the biggest virus right now that we have to worry about.
Yeah.
Because it's just bad. It's just misinformation and stuff like that, and people thinking they're doctors, online doctors that they never.
Statisticians are also. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yep. They it's been like 3 days since I've really gone on. I mean, because I try to, like, I have my own views. I got my own, you know what I mean, my own thing and everything. But I try and get a gauge of what's going on out there, and like to watch people that they first went from, oh God, we need to take care of our most vulnerable, to slowly it became like, I'm becoming oppressed. That was like 3 days in, and then our civil liberties and rights are being taken, and then it's 5G and Bill Gates is going to depopulate the world. Yeah, it's gotten.
As two people, Mike and I both have been in the wireless industry. The 5G thing makes me want to strangle people.
I honestly don't understand how people believe this. I really don't.
They've been saying it. They've been saying it forever. Every iteration of a new technology in the wireless industry is automatically the worst thing ever.
They
said it about 4G. They said it about 3G. They said it about 1X RT. They said it about, like, I'm going way back. They said it about CDMA. They said it about all that stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's probably fucking in one way, shape, or form, but it's not causing viruses.
Right. It's like a Doctor Who episode.
It is.
If you go to like actually one of the biggest who started a lot of this is, if you go back, it's Russian disinformation. It was like Russia Today, their show, and they started talking about it, and like they've been what they broadcast here, and they've been talking about it and talking.
Yeah. No, it's utterly ridiculous. There was another point I wanted to get to, and I forgot what it was because you said 5G and it triggered me.
It just stressed them out immediately.
It did. It stresses me out. Oh yeah. No, it's I just don't understand some of the stuff these people are like. I understand this is a tough time. I understand everybody's stuck at home and stuck in your own heads, especially like if you're single or something like that, like, that's probably something for another show is, what single people are doing during this shit. But listen, we all understand. Stop sharing nonsense. At least check your fucking sources. Check 2 sources. 2. Two. That's all I ask. Two sources.
He's like, yeah, don't let the one source just be Facebook, because that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Facebook. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. You can,
Yeah.
I've seen people that see like an onion from the Onion and freak out because they think it's real. And you're like, you do realize it's a satire website, right? Like,
Right.
and nobody realizes that because they didn't read it.
No. It's just check your sources. We have the entire internet and all the time in the world for you to go and search and research for something true from a credible source.
Right. If you go to the bottom of the article where they have the source, if you click on that source and it leads back to another article by that same place, by that same publication, and then that source is like another opinion, like it's there, just follow it. People are lazy. They just read the title. They can't be bothered.
Yeah, no, and well, that's been clickbait forever. It's just, I think that's maybe another big virus in our day and age with this pandemic is clickbait. Those clickbait titles. I'm gonna come up with the biggest clickbaity title for this COVIDcast that I have ever had. I don't like clickbait titles, but I'm gonna do it for this.
All right. I'm curious to see what you're going to come up with.
Just because I'm an asshole. And it's going to prove my experiment on the general pop.
It'll be something like Justin Bieber confirms 5G.
Yeah.
Something totally random that makes no sense at all. Just put it on there.
Yeah. I would use Justin Timberlake. Confirms 5.
Justin Timberlake confirms on Hot Ones that he's a fan of 990 WBOB. Just start doing something random like that. People are like, this has nothing to do with what you guys were talking about.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not at this point? So, Allan, let's any final thoughts? Let's go around the room here. We're hitting our half-hour mark. We're trying to keep this keep this streamlined. Let us know in the comments. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. But let us know in the comments whether you like the long form or the short form format of this. And we'll kind of, we'll listen to our fans. We want to do what you want to see, what you want to listen to, stuff like that. We'll probably still do whatever the hell we want to, but we'll take it under advisement. But Allan, final thoughts.
Let's see. Final thoughts. I think people obviously have cabin fever, but Saturday there's a protest scheduled at the state. But you know what? It's the most poorly organized protest I've ever seen in my life.
That's actually what I wanted to bring up to you, and I'm glad you brought it up. Go.
And I think there's going to be less of a crowd. I think people are just going to sit and fume for the next 2 weeks, because that's what the governor said, pretty much 2 weeks, and then we're kind of over the hump. So I think people see a light and they're going to be like, but they're going to continue to complain about it.
And that's a nationwide protest, from what I saw.
It might be, but I mean, I don't know what ours is going to bring here.
It's supposed to be a march on every capital to blah blah blah, whatever, be idiots.
Yeah, I mean, I belong to the group. I left the group because I couldn't. I just couldn't. It was.
I got invited. I know the group you're talking about, and I got invited to that about 6 times, and I unfollowed and unfriended and unblocked and blocked that group and everybody that invited me to it.
Hey, I love a good protest, but
I love a good protest, but that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Stay home. It's not hard.
And if you want to go protest, what are you protesting for? Well, it's different things to different people. Oh, my God.
We're supposed to be lazy Americans, and the one time we can be lazy, we don't want to be.
I'm doing a good job of it at work.
Oh, I'm doing a good
I'm doing a great job at home, so. Yeah.
I'm doing a great job. Stellar job I'm doing. But yeah, so don't go to the protest, you idiots. You want to protest? Go donate or something. Like, do something better with your time. Go donate to, I don't know, anything at this point.
Blood centers.
Go donate blood.
Center. Yep.
Go donate money to, one of the food banks, or donate to, restaurant workers that are out of jobs right now, or do something with that. Do something that's going to actually mean something and not go stand way too close to each other.
I think they're going to try and adhere to social distancing guidelines. I think they're going to try and stay 6 feet apart. I kind of want to go see this.
You can have someone go for you.
Yeah, send somebody. Send somebody and buy a drone.
Yeah.
I have a drone.
Oh, there you go. You can
use your Trump bucks and get a drone. It'll be nice.
Yeah, use your Trump bucks. Get a drone. Stay like 2 blocks away. Send the drone over to film all these idiots, and we'll put it up on WBOB TV.
Oh, I'm sure film footage will be available to us. So.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Final thoughts.
I guess my final thoughts would be what we were talking about before with the whole gaming thing. I think it's great that it's becoming more incorporated into, I guess, everyone's daily lives at this point. Because, obviously with no sports happening, there's a lot of professional players in different sports. Yeah, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, everything like that. They're all doing like these leagues, which is awesome. So it incorporates, you still get to see your favorite players, but they're playing a video game of what they do in real life. And it's actually pretty cool to see, and a lot of times they'll do tournaments. They do tournaments for, all right, whoever wins this tournament will donate $10,000 to a charity or something like that. They've been doing a lot of those, which is awesome. So it's also helping the community, but it's also keeping us together while keeping us apart. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I know a lot of people hate being home alone if they do live alone, or they just don't like being stuck in their room or in their house all the time. So being able to game with people, it kind of feels like you're hanging out with them, but obviously virtually because you have your characters or you're just having fun doing something. So I'm really happy that this is into the limelight now more positively, because I know over the past couple of years, it's always been very negative, saying is the video games the cause of violence and all these other things that have been happening over the years, So the fact that this is actually getting something positive in the news is awesome. And I just hope everyone keeps doing it, keep playing games, keep yourself safe, and, just have fun. So.
Yeah, I mean, even little things like this, even little things like this, we get to hang out. We're not hanging out, but we're hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I miss seeing you guys. I miss all WBOB guys, and stay tuned to definitely more COVIDcast, because we are going to have more WBOB personalities, maybe a little bit of short form stuff, and we still might do some of the long form stuff like this, because we all talk. That's what we do.
Right.
So sometimes it gets away from us, and what's supposed to be 10 minutes might be a half hour at that. Just hopefully somebody out there, people out there enjoy it as much as we do. We're trying to bring you as much, fun and, educated commentary and content that we can. Like I said, with Allan being kind of in the front lines and being able to ask the hard questions, it's good. It's good to have him on, but it's also fun for me and Mike to just shoot the shit about video games. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see more. I have a couple people lined up, from a couple of the boys lined up, and we're going to mess around and do a little bit more of this and kind of keep it going. Just kind of keep everybody interested and educated. Make sure you check out 990wbob.com. Make sure you check out us on Twitter at 990wbob.com. Book, Instagram. Pretty sure we're still on TikTok, but we haven't put anything up. That's Mike's department.
Oh, really? That's weird. I didn't know that.
No, I just sent it. We just made it your department. I logged into that shit. I am an old man. I don't even be going on that shit.
Okay, if you say so.
Make sure you check out me on Twitter at franchise Ferro. Allan, what's your Twitter at Allan Giberti?
Giberti Allan.
Giberti Allan.
Yeah. I have no idea why I did it that way.
And then check out Mike at Severo Omega.
Did I get that right? Very professional page. Yes, that's correct. I'll put it on there as well.
There you go. And check that out. He's streaming all the time on Twitch and stuff like that, so you can follow him. Yeah. All right, boys. I appreciate you both. Another good
Thank you.
COVIDcast.
I like
It was
this.
a good time.
Man, I can't wait to keep doing more of these, and just shoot the shit with everybody, have some conversations, and have fun while we're staying inside.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things somebody told me is that they like it, the content, and then they kind of see a different side to us, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, 'cause I
I
feel
think
like we're
with the
not
whole
as formal.
Yeah. And with the whole video thing, opposed to us doing our broadcast, it's obviously a little bit different. Mine is still me unprepared and drinking beer and doing all that, so it's kind of the same with
and
the
it's
franchise.
nice.
The franchise fans,
And-
Rick.
Yeah.
The franchise fans kind of get what they expect. I think the well played guys definitely get the dirty stuff, and the Rhode Island Red Radio guys get what they expect. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good little combined forces, and I have fun doing it. I have fun seeing you guys. I have it screen mirrored up on my TV, so that's why you see me looking in weird directions instead of at the camera. Because it's a big ass TV.
Plus,
But
I also
easy.
think it's. I was gonna say something like this. It's also nice because then people can finally put a face to the voice that they probably hear every week, or check out the past cast, and then they'll be like, you know what? I think I like them better on radio. I don't want to see them.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see us. Nobody wants to see us. That's probably the biggest thing in this time and age is that everybody has learned that all of the 990 WBOB personalities have faces for radio.
Not all of us, but I mean, if you say so.
Especially Scott in that last one. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. That was fun.
It's a little creepy.
I love Scott. Yeah, it was a little creepy.
It's like, yeah, and so now we're getting on the dude. We're going.
All right, good times. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you to the fans. Like, comment, subscribe, hit all the buttons down below. Like I said, let us know if you like the long form, the short form, if you want both. And we'll be sure to, take it under advisement and probably still, like I said, do whatever the hell we want to do because it's your news our way. 990WBOV.com. COVIDcast #2.